Hello, I'm Jordanaé Smith.
Hi, my name is Olivia Harrison.
Hi, my name is Melissa St.Preux.
And we are part of Divas, determined individuals victoriously achieving success.
Hi, welcome back to Talk Back for Teens. I'm Zoe Sullivan. We're here with the Divas.
All right, so we have these beautiful ladies from Divas at RIT, and first question I want to ask you guys is, what are the core values of women that are in the Divas program?
Well, some of the core values that we really like to uphold and admit is empowerment. As we talked about before, we are a group that really focuses on empowering each other to be all that we can be and to do our best and to just strive for excellence and greatness in all that we do.
And also respect for one another. We strongly value respect for each individual, and like when someone's talking, you don't talk, little things like that, but also respecting someone's opinion and the differences we all uphold in our diversity.
We also like to foster trust and friendship with each other and others that are not inside the group. We like to maintain a good relationship with the community as well as maintain a good reputation ourselves.
Okay, so what do you ladies do when you are faced with someone that doesn't share those values or isn't necessarily taught those things? Like, how do you interact with those women?
I think the best thing to do is when you run up against anyone who's different from you is to maybe try to understand them and see where they're coming from. I mean, all of us are the way we are because of influences and things that have happened to us in our lives. And one thing that we really preach in Divas is instead of prejudging someone or, saying, oh, you're so this and that, trying to really talk to them and understand them and see, why are you the way you are? Why do you feel this way? And, we just hope that we can be a positive influence in their life. So maybe if they have a negative way of thinking, or if they're one to tend to cattiness or fighting or arguments with other women, we hope to just show them a more positive aspect of being a woman and carrying yourself with a level of excellence. Not that I'm better than anyone else, but that I'm great and I'm confident in myself and that I believe in you and you should be as confident in yourself because I'm great and you're great also. That no one's greater, no one's better, that we are all just so great and fabulous together.
Did you guys have any other comments?
There's also that level of perception. Like she was saying, we're all different. Like what I might see is not what Olivia might see, is not what you might see. So there is that we're trying to show other women that, hey, you might think this, but other people might not be thinking what you're thinking. Therefore, come in with a level head, come in and, don't assume one thing, don't assume the other, because nothing might be the way you may see it.
And also, I believe at the end of the day, you are who you are, and you can't change who someone else is. So at the end of the day, we uphold our values, and if someone else disagree with them, we just have to keep going.
We still respect them.
Yeah.
But important.
We're not seeing eye to eye, so,
And even in our group, we don't always see eye to eye. I mean, there's 9 of us, and we all have different personalities and come from different areas and, view things differently, but we all just try to grow together and to try to see eye to eye. And when we don't, it's okay. I mean, we're really like a family, like sisters. I mean, we don't always get along. Everything's not always perfect, but we make it work.
We do have the 48-hour rule we try to uphold both inside and outside of the group. So if there is some type of conflict between you and another person, you try to resolve that issue and speak to each other instead of speaking to others about that situation within that 48-hour time period. And if you don't come to that, conclusion or try and speak to that person within that time period, then you got to let it go. Because clearly you didn't care enough to want to speak about it within that 24 hours. So that's something we really like to uphold just because it happens with a lot of women, you get into some argument, you get into some confrontation or conflict, and they hold on to it forever. It's like a grudge. And it's like, we as women need to be positive and let that go. Like if there's a problem, we either solve it or we move on.
That's a great thing. That's new to me, and that's something I think that people really should use. Is there anything else like that in your guys' group that you use besides that to deal with confrontation?
It's not necessarily to deal with confrontation, but we often have sister circles. So we often talk about major topics or media issues, and we just talk about our opinion of them, and go back to our history and how we grew up and our mindset prior to Divas, and just express who we are then and who we are now and how we are trying to grow. And so I think that definitely helps to, before there is a conflict, to understand where someone came from. You'll understand why they act the way they do.
Yeah, and speaking on that, how do you guys think that you have changed since being in Divas?
I know back when before Divas, I was the type of person who, I never liked confrontation. I never liked being put in that type of situation. If something was negative, it was kind of like, run away. But with Divas, it's like I've learned there's like that idea of picking your battles, even though I always ran from my battles. I learned that, hey, some things are worth sticking up for, You want to respect yourself. You want to let others know that, hey, something you did or something that happened is not okay with me. And handle that in a professional and diva-like manner. So
it's safe to say you no longer run, right?
Yeah, safe to say.
Great.
She's Muhammad Ali out here.
Oh,
I don't know about all
better
that.
watch out out there. Wow. So speak to the structure of the program for us. How often do you guys meet throughout the week, throughout the month, and how do you guys facilitate some of the events that you guys put on together?
So we meet once a month. We try to meet either the first or second Sunday of every month, and we'll come together. Usually we have a book called The Diva Principle. You guys should look it up. It's very good. They take different women from the Bible. It's not religiously related, but they do take women from the Bible and tell a story about them and take out key characteristics and points from that story and highlight how that woman, handled a certain situation with dignity and, and kind of teaches us, hey, I have a relatable situation or I'm in that type of position and this is how, you can handle this situation. This is how they dealt with it. So if you run into something like that, that's how you can handle it as well.
Agreed. That book helps with everything. So, there's adversity in all areas of life, financial adversity, relationship adversity, and it helps and it addresses all those topics. And as Divas, we read that book together, we grew together, and then we discussed it on Sundays. And so that has definitely helped me in my diva walk.
Yeah.
Great.
Also, when we meet on Sundays, we have an opportunity to just check in with one another. We're all in different majors, so it just gives us a chance to say, like, hey, how are you doing with your classes? How are you doing personally? How's, with your family, with your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, with your friends? And it just gives us an opportunity to kind of, just breathe and be surrounded by good vibes, positivity, things like that.
Yeah, to go along with that, coming into RIT, I didn't know so many people that I can trust and that I can tell, like, tell who I am to and how I'm really doing. You have that, how are you doing? Oh, I'm good, everything's okay. But then you have the people who you tell, like, oh my gosh, I'm so stressed. I got this, I got that, my family, my dog, everything.
My dog is stressing me out, man. It's stressing me out. It keeps barking.
And that's what Divas is for me. I can come and I can talk to them about anything. And it's beautiful to have that and to also have confidentiality. And know that whatever I say at our meetings or whatever I may call Olivia to talk about or text Melissa to talk about, it's absolutely confidential. And we are sisters and we're strong and we hold each other up. And so that's good.
And we also, like Jordanaé touched on earlier, we keep each other in check. So, like, if like, oh, Melissa, you have a test, but, she's out here, partying, not that she does that.
We ain't going to tell on you today.
We help to keep each other in check, like, hey, you have to study, or hey, you need to do this. It's great to, they're here, we're here for each other. They're here for me, I'm here for them. We're here for each other.
To add on to that, we're valuable resources to each other as well, like she was saying. So whether it be academics, personal life, financial struggles, whatever, we either know someone who knows someone, everyone knows someone. So, to have those resources to, be able to help them out is always really nice. And, we are human beings, so we do mess up, we do make mistakes, but we are there as a reminder to each other that we are trying to be the best woman we can be. So, we might fumble, but we're always there as that key reminder, like, hey, I could handle this better. Like, let me be a positive influence on my divas,
Right.
Without fumbling, you won't be able to grow. So.
That is true.
So you guys fumble, but Divas gives you the tools to pick up the pieces.
Yeah, and to keep moving.
To get back up again.
Forward.
Keep going.
So you guys said before that you care a lot about learning how to carry yourself, and why do you guys think that it's so important for women to know how to carry themselves?
Well, there are especially a lot of younger women, like our younger generations are looking towards those celebrities nowadays as influences, and it's like some of them, don't get me wrong, are very positive influences on them, but there are a lot of women in our society today that are pretty negative influences on our younger women, and we feel it's important because we don't want women to be portrayed as that, you know? There are a lot of women, especially African American women, Hispanic women, that aren't necessarily showing themselves in the best light, and we don't want, you know, we don't want to see other girls going down that path, you know. We want to show them that, hey, you don't need to do this, you don't need to take off your clothes to be pretty, or you don't need to cheat to be, you know, to get a good grade on an exam. We want them to know that, hey, we're doing this without everything that they're doing. We're doing it positively, so you can do it too.
Right. So in your walk to become successful individuals, how do you guys show the women and the people who you guys are involved with that you are human, that you are natural, that though we're trying to reach success, we still have flaws that only help us get there? How do you guys kind of show that? Or say it?
It's just by being our true selves wherever we go. I mean, it's not like we're trying to put on a facade like, oh, we're divas and we're just so, you know, we're so confident. I mean, we're just being ourselves. Like we touched on earlier, we're different, and we're at a college campus, so these people see us every day, all the time. They're interacting with us in the campus center, in classes, or we're both RAs, so we have residents, and they're interacting with us all the time. And I think it's just being your true self and remembering that a part of your true self is being a diva and, you know, being an influence. You know, Dr. Baldwin, something she really instills in us is knowing that you're a part of this group and you are, you're looked upon. You are a role model. You are a woman of influence, and, you know, use that influence in a positive way.
And I also want to add to that, again, being real and being vulnerable, you know, being honest with everyone, you know, and having a level of honesty that you can tell people, hey, yeah, I did mess up on that, but I'm going to do better. You know what I mean? It's just that vulnerability and admitting to yourself and those around you that you did something wrong, but you can improve it. Little things like that is tremendous, because I know a lot of people sometimes have a hard time admitting, you know, I did that wrong, but by admitting our mistakes, we recognize that, you know, that's the way not to do it. So, you know, there are ways to do it.
And what I'm hearing from you guys is that your program provides a safe ground in order to do just that.
Yeah.
To be vulnerable, but then find ways to be successful once again.
Yeah.
Wow.
Definitely.
Great.
So has the Divas really influenced your everyday life?
Oh yeah, definitely. I would say, yeah, it definitely has. It has made me a better woman. Because like I said earlier, when I was younger, freshman, sophomore in college, I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where I was going. I didn't know who to be. And when I joined the program, it started instilling, you know, things in me that I didn't know I had, you know, such as my self-confidence, knowing that I'm beautiful, knowing that I'm smart, knowing that, you know, I can do whatever I set my mind to, things like that, you know. There are still things I struggle with today, obviously. Like, I'm a mechanical engineering major. I'm going to graduate next year, and I don't know what I want to be, but
Congratulations, that's huge.
yeah, but there are a lot of things that brought me to where I am today, and I can't help but thank Divas for, you know, getting me to where I am today, because if it weren't for Divas and the resources that Divas has given me, I wouldn't have gotten here.
True testament.
Yeah.
What about you ladies?
Well, as Olivia mentioned, we both are RAs, and I want to, I credit, like, my leadership experience and my leadership abilities to Divas. Divas has a 100% leadership. All of our members are 100% into leadership positions around the campus, whether it's on e-boards or it's RAs or OAs, resident advisors or orientation advisors. Every initiative I've made in my leadership career has been attributed to Divas and the confidence that it has instilled in me. Just coming into RIT as a freshman, I wasn't, you know, extremely confident in myself and my abilities, but Divas gave me that extra push saying I can do this, you know, and I can make it, and I can be someone worth looking up to.
Right. Great.
I would say Divas helps me to be more confident, as Melissa said, and to just see see situations for what they really are. When I first came in, I was very naive to a lot of situations, and it helped me to kind of, the girls in Divas helped me to kind of wake up and say, when someone shows you who they are, you should believe them. And although it's wonderful to always think the best in people, which I still am a strong candidate for today, I think it just helped me to realize and see when people could be taking advantage of you, or if they aren't seeing situations the same way you're seeing them. So it really helped me to overall just grow up. I would definitely say, it helped me to grow up.
So I'm somebody who's a firm believer in the community wealth of knowledge. And you guys talked a lot about diversity earlier. So how does that diversity that you guys have on the group help make the group that much more successful?
Well, I know like diversity can mean a multitude of things, but I just want to speak to the diversity of majors we have. We have so many different students. I know RET is a technical school, and so a lot of people think, oh, so are you an engineer? Oh, so are you a computer science major? And I'm not. I'm actually an interior design major, and we have that at Divas. We have multiple majors from multiple different schools, and so we're able to just be ambassadors in our individual schools around RIT, and I think that's awesome. I think it's awesome that we have people who understand things differently. We have business majors who may present themselves or act in a certain way, and then we have technical majors, and it's a plethora of diversity, and I enjoy that.
I think the diversity in personalities is a really great point to our group, that we are all different and we can all learn things, and all of us help to each other to grow, because where I'm weak, Melissa's strong, and where Melissa's weak, Jordanaé is strong, and the same thing applies with all the women we have in our group. And because we aren't all the same, it helps us to be better collectively together.
Awesome.
Yeah, to add on to what she was saying, that diversity in our creativity, in our minds, we all think differently. Like, we've got people with art minds, and we've got people with math and engineering minds coming together. It's definitely nice to see different aspects of, I think I can think this, Olivia might think something else, and we can compare, oh, wow, I didn't see something that way, something like that.
So for young ladies, as our last question, for young ladies who may be coming to RIT, who are interested in this program, or for just people in general who want to find out more about who you guys are or how to be a part of the events that you guys have, what can they do? How do we find you?
So we are on the link at RIT. If you do go to RIT, there's that website, the link at rit.edu. We're under MCAS, the Multicultural Center for Academic Success. You could also get more information on the RIT website, rit.edu. Search MCAS, and Divas are there as well. We are working on a website, so can't give you details on that yet. But
you guys do have a Facebook page.
We do have a Facebook page.
All right, awesome. And is it at Divas? Is it www.facebook.com/Divas?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Great. Well, we thank you ladies so much for being a part of our show, and we wish you well with your program.
Thank you.
so
Thanks
much
for having us.
Thank you. All right, guys. This has been another very great episode of Talk Back for Teens. I was your host, Bernard Rodgers, along with my co-host,
Destiney Williams.
Zoe Sullivan.
and we will see you next time. Make sure that you go like us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at talkbackforteens.com. That's talkback4teens. And make sure you guys go and like us, follow us, tweet us, whatever you want to do. We're also on YouTube. Have a good one.
Hello, I'm Jordanaé Smith.
Hi, my name is Olivia Harrison.
Hi, my name is Melissa St.Preux,
And we are part of Divas.
I'm a diva.